Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, as you experience this life nowadays, we mostly depend on informations and always will look for others' validations and others' opinions. And sometimes we think it is very matter for us. But if you look very carefully, as many philosophers told, we all are kind of like actors and actresses, and we all trying to play our role, and we all try to play our acting, thinking that other people looking at us. But just think, if everybody trying to become actors or actresses, who is the audience? Because everybody busy and acting themselves for try to do their part. And same thing when it comes to the social medias and even the society, even when it comes to family, when mostly people have self-centered mind, they more thinking about themselves. I am, I am, I am. And they develop idea, these self-important ideas. And they always look for self-validation. And they always look for others' opinion and depend on their opinions. But when it comes to the world, this all the Facebook or the YouTube and kind of that. And sometimes people don't watch that much what we try to say. And some because everybody try to say something. There are very few listeners. And sometimes if you always look for views and try to count the views, and some look at these TikTok videos or some songs, maybe get over 1 million hit or the views within 1 hour. But that doesn't mean it give kind of like a nourishment to their deeper behavior, or it never going to help for their life. And sometimes people watch things with kind of like they have no idea what it is. And sometimes people listening to things without any idea. Even at home, sometimes when you have a conversation with your husband, wife, or with your children, or with your parents, brothers, sisters, when you come to a kind of like, if you have idea that with the mostly you related with the self-centered, or the if you hold that this self-important idea, maybe you have a conversation that other people sometimes say yes or no without any idea about you or what it is. They maybe just keep listening, or maybe their mind is somewhere else, but they want to just keep the conversation, or maybe they just say yes or no. So then you have to remember that out of this all, your awareness is the most important part. You have to bring more attention to your awareness and keep clear that awareness. You have on that you can depend on only one thing, that is your awareness. That is the only help that you can have in this world. That's why it is not about the faith or towards something that, or the Dhamma or the Buddha or the community of the Sangha. Just having faith that way, it doesn't help. But if you able to understand what the Buddha said, what the Dhamma saying, what the community of the Sangha trying to help That is that helping yourself to gain your own awareness to yourself without depending on emotionally, or without depending on others' opinions, or without depending on situations, without depending on other approvals, validation. Can you handle yourself even just one moment? So that is what, because when it comes to the world, loneliness, anxiety, depression, fear, this all becoming more and more and more stronger. And people look for a life without having anxiety, without having fear, without having depression, without having loneliness. Don't look for that. You will never find it. You cannot find it. Why? Because the very life itself happening out of that. You are inbuilt with the fear, you are inbuilt with the loneliness, you are inbuilt with the depression, anxiety. Then what you can do? Find a way to transform it to something good. Then your anxiety, your depression, your loneliness, your fear become the bliss. It become a great opportunity for you. So that is the best way to handle with this, rather than looking for a life, no anxiety, no depression, no loneliness, no fear. Transform it to something. Develop some profitable skills out of it. And then you will see it's kind of like giving opportunity for you to develop yourself. So developing awareness is kind of like that. When you have the loneliness, that is a great opportunity for you. So then you use it, rather than caught up with the emotional idea of the loneliness. You use that opportunity yourself to transform it to something. And the fear going to be forever in this sansaric journey. There is no place in this universe you cannot find the fear. So then understand it. Then get out of the laziness. And again, bring the effort to yourself. Let the fear to push you forward, rather than collapse it that on the fear. So that way, you will see more and more and more your practice going to become more sharp and clear. Anxiety and depression, these are very necessary in our nerve system. So then transform it to calmness, transform it to your tranquility state. It is energy. So it is a skill that yourself you can transform it to good energy. So when a person doesn't have anxiety and depression, all the laziness, all the lust, and all the other unnecessary things can happen there. So then the laziness, the anxiety and depression, it's kind of like a muddy, fatty field for a farmer. It is a bliss. Why? Because that is where he can grow things. If it is hard, tough, he need to work so heavily to make it muddy ground. So then remember, don't try to escape from situations and look for opportunity out of that situation. Use it. Keep it as a skill yourself. Once it become a skill deeper in you, it become a profitable skill. So then wherever you go, whatever the situation, and you can get the best out of it. So there is a story that the character that this author, uh, his name is John Kennedy Toole. He born in December 17th, 1937, and he died March 26, 1969, in Louisiana. He born in Louisiana. And one time he wrote a novel called A Confederacy of Dunkers. A Confederacy of Dunkers. So this novel, he wrote it and then he went to many places holding it in his hand to publish it. A lot of people look at that and told, this is useless, worthless, cannot understand, this is not going to read anybody. So like that, and they criticize it, they throw it. And some people even blame to him in a very bad way. So what happened? He came home and he used to believe that himself, he's a kind of like a good author. Himself, he put too much value on him. And then what happened? That pride himself start to sabotage himself deeper inside his heart. And when he returned, after seeing that the few people to publish this book, whatever they told, and it hurt him. And he came home, he suicide. He died 1969 because he got hurt. It attacked to his self-centered idea and he couldn't handle it. He died. And then after a few years, his mother started to clean the house. Then she found that original copy of The Confederacy of Dunkers, this book. Then she took it to one of her friends. He took the book and told, let's publish this. And then they published that book. And it became, and they recognized that book as one of the greatest literature in southern United States. Now it became a kind of like that world recognition book. So how it happened? Why the John Kennedy tools that himself he couldn't get this while he living? Why he missed that opportunity? Look, he was so successful. Even that novel is it's a comedy novel, and many producers, the movie producers, try to create a movie out of that, but no one able to do it because it is that much rich with information and it is that much rich with the comedies, and no one could bring it a character out of the information there. It was so rich with the literature. But look what happened. The author himself, he suicide. So this is a very important information for all of us. And sometimes you are so valuable and there are things come out of you. It is so important, so valuable. It is a gift for the entire world. But the thing is this, the point. When you put too much value on you, when you hold it to too much egocentric idea, you are the one who not going to see the value of your own gift. So that is why then today it is very important when we live with the world, and sometimes we try to depend on others' opinion. And sometimes we just looking for others like, dislike. And sometimes we waiting for how other people going to comment or what other people going to say about us. But remember, when everyone have that kind of opinion or the idea regarding themselves, what will happen to you? So then it is very important in your life, whatever you do, rather than that hold it to self-centered idea and try with rather than creating a self-centered story yourself as a husband, as a wife, as children, as parents, or as brothers, sisters, or as neighbors. Remember, the very basic life, this very conventional life, don't try to build up your own story inside your head. It is so dangerous. Why? Because that story can sabotage you. So then how you can get out of it? It happened even in the ancient time. People, the lot of people, they came with the gift, but they were unhappy themselves, mostly inside. Why? Because when they hold it to so much pride or egocentric idea, and when they put so much value on themselves, and sometimes they become unhappy. And it happened all the time. Especially, actors or the actors, or even the singers in this music, this music industry. And it's even in the spiritual industry, the life. When you become a high priest, or when you have students around you, when other people start to respect you, sometimes you think, oh, you earn the respect, oh, other people should respect you. Then you kill yourself. You die every day. How about when another person come and don't respect you in front of others? What will happen to you? Your own, the idea about you start to kill you. So in day-to-day life, as a husband or wife, remember, don't build up. Oh, I am the husband. Oh, I am the wife. I have to do this. Other people should respect me as I am the husband or wife. Then you lose yourself. It will disturb deeper in you. Even as children or parents, remember, you do whatever the your responsibility for your children. Don't think that, don't even expect oh, my children should come and they should respect me as, oh, this is my mother or father, like that way. Because when they become young, who knows what kind of ideas they're going to have about their own life. And there are a lot of parents nowadays come to me, and sometimes, they call me, and they always tell about this, how these children react to them. Because when you develop too much expectations regarding others, other people should do this way, that way, and sometimes when they don't do that way, what will happen? Your own expectation start to disturb you. So don't develop that kind of unnecessary difficulties in you. So in society or whatever, that everywhere, whatever you have to do. So this is very important in day-to-day life then. If we look at the world history, that you can see many characters, it happened to most of them. They became unhappy. The architect who built up the main design, Australia, Sydney Opera Theatre, he became unhappy later. Why? Because some people came and told they need to change the master plan. The person who designed the Hoover Dam, the later the designer became unhappy. Why? Because other engineers came and told, and it should change. In France, Paris, Eiffel Tower, the designer, the governor who built up that, the all other people came and told during this time, Why you spending so much money? And like that, people came against him, and later he became unhappy about his own creation. So like that, when you think, there are many that most of the things, it can happen. It's that, so whatever the lifestyle you go through, they it is a important part. Without building the ego, how you can maintain your own life? Because out of your own bodily, verbally, mentally action, it can create. It happen deeply, silently. It happen. Invisibly it happen. You don't see, but later you get hurt. That is the important part. Then if you get hurt like that way, what's the point? You have children, you spend so much time, your whole life, out of your own husband or wife, if you get hurt, what's the point? Having that life. If you have children and you do everything for them out of their behavior, if you get hurt, what will happen? What's the point? Because the end result is not successful. So that's why, even you work in a place, out of 10 years, 20 years you work, end of your retirement, if you get hurt, what's the point? So even then, just minimize it to a day. You have a day. You have this beautiful life as a human being. It is a very rare life that you have. And look at this world, out of this all the difficulties, still you able to maintain your life. So then end of the day, if you become unhappy, what is the point? If you cannot find the deeper happiness or satisfaction, where we go? What will happen tomorrow? Because in today, in this very life, what what will happen tomorrow? So then remember, that's why, because one of our student today evening came, and maybe he's here joining with us, you know, and he became miserable about his own life. Nothing wrong, just he keep working and himself, and he start to feel lazy. After this whole pandemic and everything, and you have your job and still you breathing, and out of this whole, if you feel lazy, miserable, what the point? Look at how many people died. Thousand people died, and a lot of people went through hard time, lose the job and nothing. Even they couldn't find even, you know, place to sleep, and they couldn't find anything to eat sometimes. And sometimes people have the job and they have the family, they have their house and everything. But end of the day, you know, they feel miserable. They feel kind of like a lazy, nothing work for them. Why? It is a question you have to ask, why you feel that way. That's why I'm going to give the answer for this. Why this all the people, even that's why I bring this John Kennedy, you know, this novel story. Why he suicide, even though he became, huge part of the American literature. It became a masterpiece in this American literature. And all over the world, there are a lot of people. And even though they have the gift, they didn't see it, and end of their life, they feel miserable. So yourself, then look, as a husband, wife, children, ask yourself, whatever the position you hold, and end of the day, that wherever you're sitting now, when you listen to this, what you feel about you. Are you waiting any validation or any comments or any opinions from others to be happy yourself? Or is there anything did you find inside you to be comfortable yourself, feel kind of like fulfillment inside you? You had the life so far and you have done your best so far. So this is the changing point. When you do something, rather than becoming self-centered and thinking about self-validation, oh, me, it doesn't matter even for a 1 minute work, or even you go to a big, huge master plan. Remember, think about how other people can get the service out of it, how other people can get the benefit out of it. If you cook yourself, rather than thinking about that, oh, this is me, I do this way, I did, no, think about the all your other family members, cure the hunger. And maybe they work so hard and maybe they don't know how to cook, so you are the one who can cook. So giving you sharing your skill to others, even cleaning, maybe other people don't know about it, so yourself you clean because it giving others a opportunity. So then remember yourself, whatever you do, don't try to develop a self-centered egocentric idea or the character or the story. It doesn't work end of the day. And do things how other people can get a benefit out of your work. Then itself, that moment you will see, it transform you. It doesn't matter you become successful or you fail. And at the end of the work, and you gain something out of that work, that nourishment that you gain, that that confidence that you gain, the peace that you earn out of that work, it always going to become blessing for you. And not only you, other people also will get the best out of you. So your own action never going to kill you. Your own action never going to disturb you. Your own action never going to sabotage you. So this is very important every day. Remember, whatever you do, even you raise children, think about them. They have no idea what to eat, how to eat, where to go, what to learn, like that. You do because they're going to have in the future, they're going to have a good life for them. Not they're going to become better and then they come and will take care of you. No. Then you do it with the self. No, you make them wherever they go, may they have a good life. So then end of the day, you feel relaxed. So as a husband, wife, do whatever that you can do whatever you do your best. Thinking other way, may that person be happy. Whatever that other person want to be happy, just be happy. You provide necessary environment. Because if somebody find the happiness out of your work, remember itself, it's going to become a greater blessing for you. So then it is become a gift that you giving to others. Also, maybe in the moment that other people are not going to recognize that, it is okay. But look, after many years, this John Kennedy, his book, his mother found out this book and went and printed. And then it became a great icon for the American literature. So maybe what you do today, other people are not going to recognize it. So don't worry about it. Maybe what you do today, your husband, your wife, your children, your parents not going to appreciate. Your brothers, sisters not going to appreciate it. But it is okay. Don't depend on their opinions. Why? Maybe in their head there's something else. Even they say, oh, that is good. Maybe it is just a word. No intention there. But yourself, do it with the very clear mind, with the good heart to give a service to others. Every day, with everything, whatever you do, look how other people can get a benefit out of your work. Look everywhere, then you will see You have a lot of opportunities. Then you will see you have a gift that no one in this world have that. You are kind of like a masterpiece in this universe. So then that make you more and more strong to give more service to others. So that way you slowly, deeply, strongly get out of this self-centered idea, and at the same time you nourish with your own bodily, verbally and mentally action, and that will help you to have the clear awareness. Because egocentric idea, egocentric mind block everything, make you blind. And that's why end of the day maybe you don't recognize who you are. That's why sometimes you get disturbed out of your own thought, and then you kill yourself. So, but if you start to do the service to others, thinking, may other people get the benefit out of it. Even planting a tree. If you make a plant, plant a flower tree in front of your garden, if other people, may any bees come and take some honey out of this. Think like that. If other people see this beauty, why only you want to enjoy this? Oh, I want to see this. No, may other people see this. May other birds, may how many, these living beings around this world, depending on nature. So you do it as a part of it. Even when you throw some water out of your hand, so how many living beings in this ground? So may they get that some kind of comfort out of this. So think like that way. So then you feel that each and every action you have so much strength and energy, and you can contribute so much things to this universe. So there is a gap that we don't fill with that idea. We do things, we work so hard, we do things, we busy so much, but thinking to create our own story. I, self-centered. Oh, me, I did this. Oh, they will recognize I did this, I did this. But end of the day, even you become the king of the, the country, end of the day, you're not going to be happy. But if you start to transform your action, see the same action, but it is you have to very carefully use this. Never allow any action to nourish your self-centered, egocentric mind or the self-centered story. Remember that. Whatever you do, never allow. And always look how other people, how other living beings, how the world can get some benefit out of it. Every day, if you look that way, your journey going to become more successful, your journey going to become more and more and more clear. And then rather than the intention, the purpose, the way you do it, the way you handle it, going to become more beautiful, more beautiful. So tune to that level and go with that flow. Then you will see every day, whatever the fear, loneliness, anxiety, depression, or whatever come to you, it come as a gift. And you have ability to transform it to something good. So then you are the one who get the benefit out of it, and you are the one who can transform it to something good, and out of you other people also get the benefit. And day by day, when you are going this process, what will happen? You cultivate your inner profitable skills. So that is your behavior itself become a kind of like a meditation. When the right day come for you, when you complete that necessary skills yourself, when you complete that necessary qualification yourself, remember your liberation or your transformation or your salvation or your kevalya or even your ultimate bliss of nibbana going to be in front of you. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi diga yuko bhava. Ittavata cha me sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.